Hello everyone, welcome to another class 12 math class. Today we will discuss about inverse trigonometric function. You know that for the inverse function, the function must be 1 to 1 and 1 to. If the function is 1 to 1 and 1 to, then it can be only invertible. You know that, we have discussed in the previous classes. Okay, but here we now discuss about the inverse trigonometric functions. Okay, so first of all, I am discussing with the sine function. You know that the sine function is defined from the set of all real numbers to the minus 1 1, close interval minus 1 to the interval minus 1 1. Okay, this is the definition of the sine function, and you can see the figure here, the diagram of the sine function drawn in the board. You can see in the board. Okay, so here this is actually the periodic function. Sine function is a periodic function. So periodically it will take the values between the minus 1 to 1. So you can see it is not a 1 to 1 mapping. Easily you can see one term. This is actually a many to one mapping. So it cannot be invertible. You know that. Okay, from the figure, from the definition, you can see that the function sine function cannot be actually invertible. So we can't get the inverse function of the sine. Inverse function of sine we can't get. So to get the inverse function of sine, we have to restrict the sine. We have to restrict the domain here. That means it will be converted to the codomain for the inverse function. Okay, so that's why for the inverse sine function, sine inverse x, I am saying here it will be from minus 1 1 close interval to the minus pi by 2 comma pi by 2 close interval. Okay, so the real number, so the domain here, the domain of the sine function is restricted to this, the minus pi by 2 comma pi by 2 close interval, to the subset, to this subset. Okay, so that's why it will be make to a 1 to 1 mapping. Then we get the inverse of the sine function. Okay, whenever we restrict the domain here, then we get the sine inverse x. Actually it will be the codomain or range set, you may say. Okay, for the sine inverse function. So to get the sine inverse function, to get the principal values of sine inverse function, it will be from minus 1 1 close interval to the minus pi by 2 to pi by 2. This will get, you will get the principal value of sine inverse x, and in this way you will get the inverse function of cos inverse x in the similar manners. You can use the similar tools to get the inverse function of the remaining trigonometric functions. Okay, now what will be the principal what will be the domain and range set for the sine inverse x? I am writing earlier minus 1 1 to minus pi by 2 comma pi by 2 close interval. Okay, similarly for cos inverse x, it is minus 1 1 close interval to the close interval 0 pi. Now for the cosec inverse x, it will be from real number minus open interval minus 1 1. That means this will be excluded from the real numbers, to the minus pi by 2 comma pi by 2 close interval minus singleton 0. 0 is here excluded. Now for the sec inverse x, it will be real number minus, just like the cosec inverse x, minus 1 1 open interval to the close interval 0 comma pi minus singleton pi by 2. Tan inverse x, real number from the real number, set of a real number to the open interval minus pi by 2 comma pi by 2. Now for the cot inverse x, real number from the real number to the 0 comma pi. So to get the principal values the domain and ranges are given here. This is the domain, and this is the ranges of the inverse trigonometric functions. You have to remember this table. Okay, this is very important. Now I am solving just one problem from exercise number 2.1. Find the principal value of the following. From the 2.1, sine inverse minus half. Okay. Now you know that for sine inverse x, I have written earlier, this will be defined from the minus 1 to the minus pi by 2 comma pi by 2 for the principal values. Now you have to find out the principal value of sine inverse minus half. So let us consider x equals to sine inverse minus half. That means sine x equals to, here one important thing you should know, sine inverse x not equal to 1 by sine x. Okay, this is important thing. You should remember it. Sine inverse is not equal to 1 by sine x. Okay, sine inverse x means the inverse function of sine x. So here sine x equals to minus half. Now sine inverse x will be minus pi by 2 from minus 1 comma 1 to minus close interval minus pi by 2 comma pi by 2. So this equals to minus of half means sine, half means sine 30 degree, pi by 6. So minus means pi minus pi by 6. Pi minus pi by 6, it will be 5 by 6. So does not lies between minus pi by 2 to pi by 2. So it will be sine of minus pi by 6. Okay, so x equals to minus pi by 6, which lies between the close interval minus pi by 2 to pi by 2. Okay, so here the principal value of sine inverse minus half equals to minus pi by 6. Okay, in this way you can solve the rest of the problems. Okay, thank you for today.